Hello, I am Right Hand Rook, and this is my Fundamentals of Chess series, designed to give novice and beginning chess players a foundation for improvement. In this video, we are going to talk about some of the fundamental tactical motifs, or patterns. Tactics are a series of moves by which you can force your opponent to lose material. Spotting when a tactic is possible and avoiding giving up opportunities for a tactic to your opponent will make the difference in a win or a loss in almost all amateur games. Tactics can be complicated, involving many hard-to-see moves in a row, and even world champions have missed opportunities. But there are a few basic patterns that will come up repeatedly and that new players should study. En prise is a French term meaning roughly open to attack. Here it is white to move, and the black bishop on f6 can be captured by the white rook for nothing. Black gains no compensation for losing the piece, and he cannot recapture. Black's bishop is said to be en prise. En prise may not be quite as obvious when there are more pieces on the board. Here it is black to move, and white has left a piece en prise. Can you see it? It's the bishop on a3. Black can take it for nothing. A fork occurs when a single piece can attack two pieces simultaneously and there is no way to save both. In this position it is white to move, and his knight is able to fork the king and the rook by moving to e5. White must move the king because it is in check, but there is no way to move it and save the rook at the same time. In this position, it is white to move, and by capturing the pawn on e6, it can simultaneously attack both rooks. One rook can be moved, and the bishop can be recaptured afterwards, but because a rook is worth more than a bishop, black has lost material. This last fork is a little painful for me to recall. It happened in the last round of my first ever over-the-board tournament, when I was hoping for a win to take me to a positive score. White to move, and sacked a piece for two pawns in an attack. But I do not want to trade queens, so I move my queen to g4. Unfortunately, black saw the reply, f5. The pawn forks the rook and the queen, and there is nothing I can do to save both. I eventually move the queen, lose the rook, and are hopelessly behind on material, losing the game. The next tactic we'll talk about is counting. A counting tactic occurs when a single piece is attacked more times than it is defended. In this position, early in the game, it is white to move. The black pawn on e5 is attacked twice, once by the knight on f3 and once by the bishop on b2. However, it is only defended once by the knight on c6, therefore it is safe to take. White can capture with the knight, black recaptures, white recaptures back. Black has now lost a pawn and a knight, whereas white has lost only a knight. White is up a pawn. Related to counting tactics, removal of the guard allows you to change the math to your favor, not by adding another attacker, but by removing a defender. In this position, it is white to move. The black pawn on e5 is attacked once by the knight on f3 and defended once by the knight on c6. Instead of adding another attacker, white can remove a defender by capturing the knight on c6. Black is forced to recapture to maintain the piece. And now there is one attacker and no defenders on e5. Here we see a more subtle example of removal of the guard. It is black to move, and while the white bishop seems safe, it can in fact be captured by the black queen. The reason it is safe to capture and black is now up a piece is because while the rook on e1 is guarding it, it is also the only thing protecting the back rank. So if white were to recapture, it would be removing the guard against checkmate on a1. And the game is over. Here we have one final example of removal of the guard. This one is fairly simple. It is white to move. By capturing the knight on f6, white has removed the only guard of the bishop on g4 and is now up a piece. Alright, that's all for this one. Be sure to check out part 2 for some other interesting tactical motifs. Feel free to watch our other chess videos to continue your improvement, and good luck with your games.